Well, good morning and welcome back to GP Outdoors. This video may not be for some of you. I know there are a lot of you that are interested in the topic today because you've asked me so many times in the comments over the last few months to provide it to you. And hey, if you're not interested in the security cameras, there are 725 other videos on my channel you can go to watch, and I hope you'll find one that you enjoy. For you folks that are interested, stick around. I put it together today. Cheers. So I'm going to walk you through this. What I've done is I've put together some shots from 3 of the cameras I have up at my cabin. I've given you day shots, night shots, and as many of you requested, I'm going to show you the difference between low resolution and the high resolution settings. For those of you that are new to the channel or you haven't followed the last few videos, why it's so important that I pick these types of cameras is because I have really bad internet service at the cabin. In fact, I imagine anybody with a cabin probably has bad internet service. Mine is cell-based, very low bandwidth, cannot stream high resolution film. These cameras provide, all of them do, a low resolution setting and a high resolution setting, which I can adjust instantly from my app. It's not a big deal, it's just a push of a button, which you're about to see. A couple of things for you good folks. I'm not paid by ReoLink or Nest or any other type of camera company. I don't get any commissions. What you choose to buy or what fits what you need at your cabin or at your home is up to you, of course. I've just found that these ReoLink cameras have worked excellently for me and almost flawlessly over the last several years, which is why I bought 3 more of them. Different brands or different models rather, but 3 more ReoLinks. For the price point, I'm pretty happy with the performance. These are certainly not high-end quality cameras that are several $1,000s a piece. But as you've probably noticed, there's a whole lot of choice with a lot of different brands in that, $50 to $250 price range. These work great for me. So without further ado, let me show you what I've got here and I'll walk you through it as we go. Everything I show you today will be on the app that's on my phone. As you can see, all the cameras line up right on the main page of it once you click the app. We're going to start with the Lake View, which is an Argus 3 Pro it's called. Right now you're going to see I'm looking at it from the app. I've just flipped my phone sideways. We're on a low resolution setting, and I'd ask as you go through, try to focus in on a few things in each of the cameras. In this case, look at the flag to the right and also look at the red chairs down the left. I've just flipped it to high resolution. It'll take a few seconds, and if you watch, I'm going to zoom in. Right now we're on high resolution. You can see how clear those chairs are. Those chairs are about 50 or 60 feet away from the cottage, and the flag is about 60 or 70 feet away. I've just flipped it back to low resolution, and it's just kicked in. See how the contrast on the flag and now the contrast on the chairs. And you can see the clear difference in high versus low. Now I'm going to give you a view of the night vision on this camera. Again, we're looking at the lake. You can see the flag in the background and the red chairs to the left, but you can see how clear the picture is all around. I believe we're on low resolution right now. We'll check it in a second. There we go. Bottom of the camera, you'll see the button for low, fluent or clear. I've now changed it to high. It'll take a few seconds, and you'll be able to see the difference in the clarity. You can see the flag in the background in the night. It's pretty far away. And you can also see that it almost looks like the snow is lit up, and that's because it lights up at night when it sees motion. We're back on a low resolution setting. You can kind of see the clear difference in the contrast of the flag now. And I believe that's your night vision. Now let's take a look at the camera that's in the rear of the cottage that overlooks my Kubota and my equipment in my shed. This is called an Argus 2E. Okay, we'll flip the camera sideways. There we go. Take a look at the tire on the tractor, if you will, and also take a look at the decals that are on the fenders of my ATV. This is on low resolution. You'll see I'm now going to click it to clear, or what they call high resolution. It'll take a few seconds. Watch the tire on the tractor, and you can clearly see how much more detail you're getting. And you probably notice here, you can see the decals much clearer on the fenders of my ATV. And you can see the mess I have in the shed that I should be cleaning up. I think I'm going to flip it back to low. I did. Watch the tire on the tractor. For me, up at the cabin, I need to leave it on low because when motion is triggered, this camera will immediately record and send the footage to the cloud, almost simultaneously or instantaneously. And in order to make sure I always get a good streaming video, I leave it on low. Once I get the notice on my phone, that's when I'll push the app, check the camera, check the footage, and if there's somebody on the property or something that there to see, I now have the ability to watch it live. And if I think I'm in a good position as far as signal, I'll change the resolution to high. I don't often do it because quite often that tends to break connection on my Wi-Fi because it's too much video streaming at the same time. Now let's take a look at the night vision. Take a look at the tractor tire and you can see the decals on the ATV. I'm going to change it to high resolution. And you can see it just popped almost in front of your eyes. Once it changes, it's much clearer. And you can see the decals again on the fenders of the ATV, much clearer. And I think I'll put it back to low now. Yep, I did. Usually takes a few seconds to transition. And then you can see that the tire, for example, the rim is a lot more gradient, as are the decals on the ATV. But for me, you can see very clearly. That's all I need to see. I'm not looking for a high quality, top of the line security system that constantly records. Each of these cameras do allow you to put an SD card in them and you can record on them. However, I have no interest in getting up on a ladder once every few weeks and pulling the SD cards out, checking them, and then putting them back. I just leave it on this setting. I allow everything to go to the cloud, and then I check my footage when there's motion. Another nice feature of these cameras is they have two-way audio. And although I've only needed to use it once when there were hunters standing in front of my cottage, usually it's more used for socializing. When Husky Bob or Guy drops by to pick up or borrow something from the cottage, they'll often stand and wave in front of one of the cameras until I get the notification, and then I turn the audio on and we get to talk. Not exactly a security feature, but it does help you to know why they're there, and usually they'll wait until I click on. I'll talk to them. I can hear them very clearly when they're standing in front of either of the cameras, and then usually they want to say hi and tell me what they've come to pick up or to borrow. Now we're going to take a look at the oldest camera I have. It's an Argus PT. This particular model is no longer in stock. They do have a higher 4K model now, or a 2K model, which I have at my house in the city. Works just as well. So I'm going to flip my phone sideways. Take a look at the YouTube emblem and the GP Outdoors on my rear window. This is on low resolution. You can still see very clearly when you're just looking at the scope of the yard. I'm going to change it to high now. Watch that YouTube emblem. Here it comes. Takes a few seconds to change, and there you go. That's how clear it is on high resolution. And you can see the license plate very clearly as well. Let's go back to low resolution. It'll take a few seconds. And there you go. Oh, one more time. That's high resolution again. And this is low resolution. There we go. Let's take a look at the nighttime view. Okay. I shouldn't have been lazy. I should have put the truck back in the same spot. But take a look at the front wheel, or the rim on the wheel. This is low resolution. You can see it's very grainy, but you can still see. I'm going to change it to high resolution. Keep your eye on the rim on the tire. There you go. Much clearer, much more distinct view. And as it's demonstrated here, you can see pretty far away from the cabin into the parking area and up the driveway. Okay, and now we're back to low resolution. If you've been watching the rim on the tire, you'll see the difference or the change. And this shot here, I do have a living room camera, but I didn't need to show you. It's very distinct and very clear, even on low resolution, because it's only looking at the inside of the cabin. So over the last few years on that first camera, I've had no issues whatsoever. I put the other 3 cameras in, as you know, a couple of months ago. It appears that I'm having trouble with one of the solar panels on that camera on the lake. You may have noticed it on the screen of my app. You can tell that the battery indicator is orange. When I head up there shortly in the next day or two, I'm going to check that panel. I may not have tightened it down properly, and it may have shifted position, which means it's not getting sun, or it could be broken or defective. Either way, it's under warranty, so I'll check it out when I get up there. But otherwise, no issues with these cameras at all. Please keep in mind that the footage or the clarity or resolution that you've seen in this video has gone through several different stages. So if the camera, for example, has been recording in 4K or 2K on its high resolution, my phone only displays in 1080. So the resolution of the original shot that I would otherwise see on my computer screen or on my phone is dumbed down a little bit. Then I've got to load that film into the computer, which also I believe affects resolution. Then I put it through an editing program, which again will affect it. And then I upload it and give it to you folks on YouTube. So after it's gone through all of those steps, whatever the initial clarity is that I actually see with my eye on the phone has been reduced somewhat by the time you see this video. I'm happy with them. Like I said, there's a number of different options out there. Take a look, figure out what's best for you. From a whole package, I have a cloud service. It costs me $3.99 a month for 5 cameras. And then, of course, they have a tiered up. If you've got more cameras, you pay more. What I like about this service, it's got an excellent intuitive app, as I've shown you folks. It also allows you to log on your computer so you can see everything on the screen on your computer. And unlike other services, the cloud service is very reasonably priced. And for 5 cameras, that's a steal. 30 days, I believe it is, of capture before it dumps it. And I think it has about a gigabyte of storage. Unlike Nest or some others where you pay $12 a month per camera in order to use a cloud-based service. I'm pretty happy for the price. Have a great Christmas and a great holiday season. I'm sure I'll talk to you before the big day. Have a wonderful week with your families. Please be kind to each other. And I hope this has been helpful. I'll see you again on the next one. Cheers.